I built a following by filming my workouts and calling it confidence. It took one 30-second clip to prove what I'd really built was a trap. I'm Meraye. 26, Afro-Latina, micro-influencer. If you ask my manager, regular girl with a ring light if you ask my mom. I post glit days, meal prep, get ready with me, and the occasional story time, when I need a bump. My boyfriend. Now ex. Ethan, 28, software tester, sweet in that competent way. Keeps receipts, updates the router, labels the spice jars because he thinks cumin and coriander shouldn't be a guessing game. We're opposites until you cut us open and find we both like things neat. I lift at a chain gym with gray rubber floors and mirrors that make your pores contemplate their choices. The rules say no filming others without consent. The culture says do it anyway and blur faces if they complain. I skirted that line with a ballerina's pride and a pickpocket's conscience. The day my life tilted, I set up my phone on a little magnetic tripod clipped to a dumbbell rack. It pointed at the hip thrust bench. A throne for girls like me. I wore a cobalt sports bra and scrunch leggings because the algorithm likes blue. My caption was already typed in notes. POV, he can't stop staring. I hadn't even met the he yet. I was pre-writing a villain. Enter the man I turned into content. Mid-30s, beard trimmed like he respects lines, gray t-shirt, headphones. He took a plate off the rack behind me, stepped left, squinted at the dumbbell numbers, the little white paint was worn off, then walked out of frame. 2 minutes later he stepped back in. Again for plates. And I caught in the reflection, his eyes flick across the mirror toward himself. It looked like a glance at me if you wanted to sell a story badly enough. I did. I finished my set, checked the preview, and ballooned the narrative around that flicker. I recorded a whispery voiceover in the locker room. Ladies, this is why we don't feel safe. 2 feet away and he's just watching. I blurred his face but left his build and shirt color, because what's a monster if you can't almost recognize him? I slapped on a CTA. Tag a friend who's sick of this. Hashtags. Hashtag gym creep, hashtag women in fitness, hashtag respect boundaries, hashtag leg day. It hit 300K views in 6 hours. By evening it was at 1.4 million. The comments did what comments do. Braided outrage, trauma, and performative chivalry into a rope I used to pull myself up. Queen, we see you. Name and shame. Men are trash. I pinned the ones with the most fire emojis. Ethan texted a link with a tight, "Did anything else happen?" I ignored it. Let me have this, tastes like victory if you dilute it with attention. Then the gym posted. A PR bland square. We take member safety seriously. We reviewed footage and found no policy violation by the member in question. We remind all members to respect filming guidelines. I laughed it off publicly and DM'd the manager privately. Why are you protecting predators? The manager responded with 2 sentences that should be etched on my bathroom mirror. We reviewed all angles. He didn't look at you. He was checking plate sizes and waiting for a bench. They attached a still. My reflection doing its own thing while his gaze was on a mirror 3 feet above my head. I felt my scalp tingle the way it does before you cry or lie. The man's wife posted next. Not a burner. A real account with kids and a dog, and captions that sound like Tuesday. That's my husband, she wrote. And he's been harassed at work all day because your followers found his LinkedIn. Here's the full camera angle. She uploaded a split screen. My clip on the left, the overhead security angle on the right. Left looked like a story, right looked like facts. He was never facing me. In one frame, I caught myself glancing to see if he was glancing. The algorithm had taught me to fish for confirmation in puddles. Brand partners started emailing within the hour. Subject lines like urgent partnership review and pausing deliverables. One sent a clause I hadn't read when I signed. No content that could be reasonably interpreted as defamatory, harassing, or inciting targeted harassment. Another requested their 2 February posts back. They'd be reallocating budget. I met Ethan on our balcony with my laptop and an iced coffee I didn't drink. It's not as bad as it looks, I said, which is the great lie of the influencer age. He scrolled, jaw doing that tiny flex that means his engineer brain is running unit tests on my excuses. You made a claim, he said, calm, careful. You didn't verify. You benefited. Now someone else is paying. He's fine, I thrashed. He doesn't even have social media. Ethan tapped the wife's post. His phone is blowing up. His kid's school saw it. HR saw it. He's not fine. I panicked, storied an apology shaped like a defense. If he felt targeted, I'm sorry. Women need spaces to share their experiences. Comments split exactly where my ethics had. Half never apologize, half post the full clip or delete. I deleted. The wife screenshotted before I could blink. Then came the email with a law firm signature. Cease and desist for defamation and intentional infliction of emotional distress. The words sounded like brass. They demanded I remove posts, issue a clarification, and share a simple statement. Security footage shows no harassment. My conclusion was wrong. My manager texted, "We need to get ahead of this." I stared at ahead, like it meant a time machine. The gym banned me for 60 days. To reduce risk to all parties. I cried on the carpet. Ethan handed me water and a small, white envelope for the deposit, because we both knew where this story went. "I'm not your enemy," he said, "but I can't be in your B-roll while you burn people and call it advocacy." I posted the real apology. Short, declarative, no if, no felt, no as a woman. The numbers nosedived. The comments got strangely kinder from people who, 24 hours earlier, called me a queen. "Thank you for saying it," wrote one woman. "This is how we keep the word creep meaningful." The man, the one I accused, posted a video from his truck. His hands were at 10 and 2 even though he wasn't driving. "I'm not here to drag anyone," he said. I lift to clear my head. "I got called a creep online today. My boss saw it. My kid saw someone DM my wife. I'm sharing this so the next guy in gray doesn't have to explain a camera angle. I hope she's okay." He didn't smile. He didn't scowl. He folded kindness into a bruise and offered it to the internet. He woke up with 200 followers and went to bed with 180,000. My inbox filled with "we're parting ways," brand rep faces blurred by the glass of video calls. A protein powder shipped me a return label for unpaid inventory. A leggings company asked for their 10% affiliate code back. I looked at the stack of boxes in our hallway and understood the word inventory like a metaphor for my character. Ethan packed methodically. He left me the coffee grinder because he's nice in ways that don't care what I deserve. I don't want to be in a home where a person becomes content because a caption needs a villain, he said. He didn't slam, he placed. His absence sounded like a fridge hum. The lawsuit didn't become a movie. Their lawyer asked my lawyer for a settlement. I signed a statement acknowledging that my video mischaracterized events, agreed to post it for 24 hours, paid a number that wiped my savings and taught me how rent tastes when you count pennies. We added a mutual non-disparagement clause and a line about no admission beyond the text. It felt as close to mercy as a signature gets. I learned to live quiet. I stopped talking into my phone like it owed me attention. I made a video about form cues, then turned the comments off and went for a walk. I started volunteering at the Girls' Rec Center on Saturdays, teaching them how to rack a barbell and re-rack a story. I asked before filming and stopped when a shy glance said no. Consent sits differently in your mouth once you've chewed the opposite. Months rolled. The man posted a video of his daughter making pancakes on a Sunday. It had 2 million views and comments like husband energy. He started a series on basic gym etiquette. Wipe benches, re-rack plates, don't occupy 3 machines at once, don't make other people content without consent. He never said my name. He never subtweeted. He built something while I learned how to sweep my own floor. A year later, he opened a small gym with no filming without permission, on the wall in big, friendly letters. It's packed every morning at 6. He does form checks for free on Fridays. He sometimes ends videos with, "I hope she's doing okay." The comments say he's too good for his own good. They're not wrong. Ethan? He sends the occasional, "Hope you're keeping well," on holidays because he is the kind of person who can wish you well without reopening a wound. He's dating someone who doesn't narrate her life to strangers, and I'm trying to be someone who doesn't need strangers to tell me who I am. Here's the part one wish I'd understood sooner. The internet isn't a court, but it can be a gavel. If you're about to call someone a name, pretend you'll have to read it under oath. If you're about to post a face, pretend the face belongs to someone you love. If you're me. Tripod clipped to a rack, caption pre-written, outrage sizzling. Do the bench test. Picture the person you're about to accuse sitting on a bench across from your father, your brother, your best friend. If you flinch, don't post. If you need content, film your lunges. I still lift. My hip thrust PR dropped by 20 pounds, then climbed back up. Progress isn't a straight line, neither is humility. When I put my phone on the rack now, it's usually to play music. Sometimes I turn the camera on myself and say, here's how I misread a glance and turned a man into a moment. People don't click as much. That's fine. My life is finally less clickable than true. My remarks. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Well, she turned a glance into a headline and forgot that multi-angle footage, brands defamation clauses, and real lives don't bend to virality. He didn't clap back. He posted calm context, grew on merit, and wished her well. That's the lesson. Receipts beat rhetoric, and the quiet, decent guy wins without spiking the ball. If you like grounded stories where choices, not chaos. Decide the ending, subscribe. See you tomorrow.